Before you get started, let me convince you why you should use a scale instead of measuring cups and spoons for this recipe and honestly any baking recipe you do. There's just too much variability between both the brands of flour and how tightly packed the flour can be. So I did a little experiment. I took one brand, weighed it out, and it weighed 10 grams. Then I took a different brand, weighed out a tablespoon, although it wasn't quite as packed, and it weighed 7 grams. Then I took that same exact brand and did a more tightly packed tablespoon, and it weighed 8 grams. This might not seem like a big difference, but when you do the math, you can see the compounding effect and how this would have a huge difference in your final product. The difference between 3 tablespoons at 10 grams would be 30 grams of flour versus 3 tablespoons at 7 grams is 21 grams of flour. That's a 30% difference. In this recipe, you'll use 25 grams of all-purpose flour, 5 grams of cocoa powder, and 36 grams of white sugar. It's better to err on the side of a little too less and then add more as you need because, as you can see here, it's really annoying to try and actually remove your ingredient. Then you'll add a 1/4 teaspoon each of baking soda and baking powder, and then give it a real good mix to make sure that everything is fully mixed because you will taste the difference, trust me. Then you'll add your liquid ingredients, which is 30 grams of neutral oil and 45 grams of milk. My video cut out, but trust me, I added the milk. Then you're going to give that a real good whisk and use a fork or actually mini whisk because it's going to have a difference than if you use a spoon. It'll incorporate everything a lot better. And then stir in 30 grams of chocolate chips. Place in the microwave for 60 seconds. If you have an older microwave, it might be a little bit longer, but it should look like this texture, spongy, still a little fudgy, and delicious. If it doesn't work out, no worries, do it again and try to figure out what you can do differently.